Hi guys, so today I want to do a little bit of a deeper video here, talking here about the HTC One M7 from last year compared here to the HTC One M8, and let's talk about the general things that's like different this year. So first of all, the phone from last year, it did have a 4.7-inch display, and we're going to talk about specs as well, but this was 4.7-inch. The brand new one here has a little bit of a bigger display. It's actually a 5-inch display, so when you put them side by side, you can see they both have amazing displays, but it's a little bit bigger here. I think it's a new technology also on the HTC One M8, the brand new version here, but both look amazing. I mean, it really is fascinating. So you can also see here a big difference. You have two capacitive touch buttons down here, and you only have two here. There's no button in the middle. If you want to multitask, you have this weird way where you have to double tap. Also, this one is not rocking Android 4.4 KitKat because I have rooted it, and I have like custom recovery, so I can't install the brand new update. But there is an update there, which is the latest upgrade. Here you do get these on-screen keys instead, which is a way better setup. You have the the home button here. It would immediately jumps to home. Multitasking button finally, and a very neat way here. If you open a lot of apps, you have the option here to close them all with one tap there at the top. So very nice. You can see both have stereo sound and stereo speakers there on the little front side there, which actually is quite nice. Sorry. I'm just doing a little thing here. So if we can move on here also to check out some other pretty cool things here. So the stereo speakers also on this new version here is louder from what I heard, like 20 to 25% something compared to this one. And I also want to say something that the brand new version here, the HTC One M8 does feel so much better to hold. Both have still 4 megapixel camera, but look at it, how it looks from the back. Wow, that looks amazing. It really is cool how it looks, and it just feels so much better to hold in the hand. They have made the design just so much better. Stainless steel. It feels better on the curves and stuff. Way better actually. I mean, it's a massive difference how it feels. Sometimes the buttons here on the side make some weird noises. I'm not really sure what that is all about, but it could be, listen to this. Yeah, it's something weird. You do have the SD card storage here. You can insert an SD card finally, and then you have the SIM card slot there. Actually, this is amazing. This TV function. They have a TV app, and this is like IR port, so you can control your TV, and I have a video on that. You can also do it with this one a little bit, but you can see it's way tinier. And just the button layout on the original HTC One M7 was horrible. You can see here on the curves, it was harder to hold. It feels a little bit less like natural, and it just has a design on the sides that just feels a little bit weird. And it had like a plastic material here around versus the brand new one here that has like stainless steel also on the sides. So this is a massive thing for me. You can also see the camera here. This time around it's like dual LED flash. You have this little thing up here which takes in like depth, and the camera, I haven't made a video about it at the moment, but it's an amazing camera. But this one takes in only depth, but they definitely should upgrade the camera still 4 megapixels, which is pretty bad. But this design, this back is also pretty nice, but compared to this one, I mean, look how it shines and everything. It's like no comparison. And also if you take a look at like the specs here, I mean, we still do kind of like to have the same setup here. Even remember, this is Android 4.2 KitKat, where you can just go down here and you can see the apps layout kind of look the same. We do have this setup here, which also is pretty much similar. When we go into settings here, we have a little bit different colors in the menu here. where you can see here it's a little bit more colorful. Here, I think this is for saving battery probably, where they removed some of the colors, but focusing on green colors here when something is like activated. And you can also see here, if I go back, if I go to about and software information, this one has Sense 5.5, Android 4.3, yeah, not 4.2, and this Android 4.2 KitKat, the latest update. Other than that, I mean, in terms of software upgrade, I mean, this is a Snapdragon 800 versus Snapdragon 801 in the latest HTC One M8. There is, I mean, both are still pretty speedy. I mean, phones are coming quick. You have still blink feed here on both devices, but I have disabled it on the HTC One M8. So if you take a look at some other specs here, I mean, both are LTE smartphones. This one is also a little bit heavier, like 20 grams heavier, and that is like, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference. You can also see here the button layout up here is way better. A button that stands out a little bit, which is quite nice. This display type, Super LCD 3, actually on both devices, still the same kind of resolution, 1080p resolution. Gorilla Glass 3, so a newer version of Gorilla Glass on this device. I've also seen a video where someone made like a water test with this one, and it actually survived. So that was pretty amazing, even though the phone is not like water resistant or waterproof, but it seems to be handling that very well. But yeah, micro SD card slot, of course, on the M8, as I said, so you can upgrade to like can have like a 128 gigabytes of storage inside of it. 1632 gigabyte variants only though on the M8, which is pretty poor because last year they had 32 and 64 gigabyte variants of this one. So this is a 32 gigabyte variant, but this is only a 16 gigabyte variant. Why did they step down there? That was a little bit random and weird. As I said, there are dual 4 megapixel camera here on both these two devices, and the camera software is pretty interesting. This is pretty interesting though. On the M8, the front camera here is actually it is 5 megapixel versus only 2 megapixel here, which has been popular for a long time, but now 5 megapixel front-facing camera there on the M8, which is pretty nice. If you take a look at CPU, quad-core 2.3 gigahertz on the HTC One M8. This one, of course, versus quad-core 1.7 gigahertz on the M7. Both quad-core, both are killer devices. And then, as I said in the beginning, chipset Snapdragon 600 here, which came out mid last year, versus this one, which is featuring a great what is it called? A great. What was I even talking about? Wow, I am getting confused. Yeah, Snapdragon 801, which is a newer version of Snapdragon chipset, and it seems to be very, very impressive in gaming, even better than Snapdragon 800, and it seems to be a big difference in some games. Adreno 320 GPU here versus Adreno 330. Just a step up there, which could be kind of nice to know about. And then we have some minor things here. I mean, in thickness, they're pretty much the same, 9.4 millimeters. This one is a little bit thicker versus 9.3 millimeters with this one. And you can see, I mean, the colors. This one looks way more rounded off here. This one looks, yeah, it's still a little bit rounded off, but the kind of colors, I don't think it does match that well. You have the HTC little thing there. They could probably slim it down, and it seems like the bezels are a little bit thicker here than to this one, if you do ask me personally. So that could be pretty nice to know. Other than that, like battery, you get 300 more milliamps in the newer smartphone here, which has a bigger display. Still has the same resolution, but a little bit more powerful. But 2,600 milliamps in this boy versus 2,300 milliamps in the HTC One M7. So there is a little bit of a difference there, and of course we do have different things here in the software. Let's say the camera app, which definitely looks a little bit different here. Probably because one of them is running Sense 5.5 and the other one is running the newer Sense 6.0. I think that was the name of that one. Of course, I can go over specific apps in specific videos, but I'm pretty sure that most of them apps are pretty much the same. You still have that FM radio on the M8, the brand new version here, which could be pretty cool to know, and all those good things. Let's just see here if we can pop up things like maybe the browser pretty quick here. So you can see here how the browser looks. So I mean, obviously, because I mean, on-screen keys takes up a little bit of space here. So even though it's 5-inch, it probably isn't like a reality. Maybe like 4.85 inch or something, because this is taking up some space. Where here it's outside. So that could definitely be interesting there to know. And I mean, the browser seems to be about the same. I mean, same UI look. I mean, overall. And that's probably going to be across the whole UI, that they share a lot of similarities. And I mean, still smooth here on both. Probably the thing why you would upgrade to the brand new HTC One M8 is probably more the aesthetics, how it looks, how it feels in the hand. You really gotta feel this device in your hand. I think that personally, if you ask me, I mean, that's like a must. They have this cool, of course, thing where if you zoom in on some text, it automatically aligns the text, so it's just easier to read. Pretty smart, clever stuff. So if you want to see some gaming comparisons and stuff, I can probably do a video on that, because I think that there's some people that's interested in that overall. So yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video, and if you did, please leave a like, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next little quick video. Hopefully it's a quick video. Yeah, have a great day.